So, have you guys seen the recent issue about Chongu? Well, apparently Chongu went live a few days ago during nighttime while he was drinking. And then people, especially, in Korea, they were talking about how his manners, like manners as in his behaviors, was very inappropriate. The things he said, apparently he cussed on live and talked about how he can't do whatever he wants to. And here's the thing. I see so many, because I'm Korean, I only really watch Korean media. I don't really understand why people can't understand Jungkook. So most of you guys are international fans. You guys agree how international fans and domestic fans have different standards on very different things, whether ethics, whether racism, or different things. In my personal opinion, this is my long story short with this whole topic involving Jungkook's recent things, is that I feel like, if anything, he is normal. What I mean by that is, you know how there's other 6 members in BTS? And people are saying like, oh, look at other Hyungs, the other 6 members are behaving so maturely, but Jungkook is not behaving maturely. If I'm being honest, the other 6 is beyond regular human level. So I'm sure they also want to go crazy, want to just say whatever with unfiltered, just like how I do on my live. So I think the other 6 has a crazy high standard, especially like RM, Jin. Guys, even if they weren't idol, do you guys agree? Like, these people are already above regular humans' tolerance, confidence, self-control. So what I feel like is, and you might be like, oh, it's like other idols aren't acting like Jungkook either. In my opinion, I know all idols go through different kind of stress, but like, can you really imagine like anyone having the same level of pressure as BTS? I really don't think you could just compare every idol with BTS. So not only are they BTS, which is like one of the most biggest group, most pressured group on earth, I just think the reason why he's scolded is because the other 6 is being so unbelievably, inhumanely perfect. And I think the way Jungkook feels is absolutely normal. Here's the thing. Yeah, the other 6 are such a role model behavior, if anything. Yeah. I don't know, like the things he said, the things he feel, can I be honest? It's like, don't we all feel the same thing? We're not even BTS and we sometimes wanna like cuss, like, I wish I could just show how I genuinely feel to other people. Like, even if we're not celebrity, we literally feel the same thing. And I think he's already a free spirit. You know how there's people who are like free spirited by nature? And another thing, here's the thing. Okay, good. Going with tattoos. You know how Jungkook has a lot of tattoos? How do you guys feel about tattoos? Just in general, like any tattoos. Because I know most of you guys, especially, living in America, Americans are relatively very open towards tattoo. I'm sure you guys know about this. And do you guys also know not all other countries are as open as tattoo? Like, for example, if you go to, like a lot of Asian countries or Middle Eastern countries, there's a lot of countries where tattoo is still very tabooed. It's not illegal, but you know that tattoos are, like in Japan, you can't allow public spa if you have a tattoo on. In Korea, we don't have any limitations for not allowing into different spaces, but at the same time, we basically view people who have tattoos very negatively. Even if there's people who view tattoos positively in Korea, the general public still views it very negatively. And I'm sure if you watched my stream, guys, you guys know me, right? I'm like an anti-tattooer. You guys know that, right? So whenever homies always talk about tattoos, I always tell homies like, oh, don't get tattoo, don't get tattoo. And I guess the only reason why I say that is because I'm from a country where people scold you if you have tattoos. So I just don't want you guys to get scolded on. But here's the thing. I know that's the social norm. But I still think, like, I get it. I get that Korea has very different attitudes about tattoo because even I feel the same way. But at the same time, if they say they want to get it and they say they want to carry on the responsibility for it, like consequences, then I think the most you could say is, oh, I hope you don't get it, is, in my opinion, the most you could say. But like, I don't think you could say like, don't get it. Like, do you guys get what I'm saying? So I feel like fans could kind of hope for things, just like, how fans could wish for hairstyle. Like, oh, I wish, Felix grows out his hair. Oh, I wish Felix dyes his hair, something like that. In the same sense, I feel like you could wish, like, oh, I wish Jungkook has more tattoos, less tattoos, like more piercing, less piercing. But like, you could wish for it, but like, that's the max you should do as a fan. You shouldn't like tell, like, don't get tattoo. What are you, his mom? Like, if you're his mom, then like maybe, like then maybe. Like, and here's the thing. even if you're like girlfriend or boyfriend, it's still like a sensitive issue whether you could tell someone to get something or not get something. You guys agree? So, like, in my opinion, I understand if you're upset, like, oh, he has tattoos, but that's different from like telling him to get it or not. I don't like, can I be honest? I don't like this overall with just idol in general. And I'm not saying just domestic fans. I don't want international fans to be like, oh, we don't do that like Korean fans. No, no, no. You know, international fans do the same thing. I don't like when fans in general tell their idols to do something, like commands them as if they have ownership, as if they are their pet. If anything, I think fans could do wishing, suggesting, but like that's different from like telling and like commanding, scolding. And here's the thing, more so, you know what I hate? It's like, how could you call yourself a fan? You're not a fan if you're hating this much. You know what I mean? Like, take the fan title off. Like, just say you don't like him. Like, don't say I'm a fan, but like blah blah blah. Because in my opinion, if you're like a fan in the current situation, especially with like Jungkook and stuff like that, if you're a fan, you should be like defending. Like, what I mean is, okay, I'm not saying fans should always defend every single action, but this is just my, you know, my personal philosophy. If you're a true fan, in my opinion, if your favorite idol is getting attacked publicly, you should step up and like shield, even if it's not always like, yeah, I just feel like, yeah, like isn't that what you mean by like you like him? Because in my opinion, if you saying like you're a fan and telling him to like not do something, it's more like, that's not like a fan. That's more like you're claiming ownership, you know? So I don't know. That's what I personally don't like. Yeah. And you know, like the cussing thing. And okay, here's the thing. So I've been covering up for Jungkook, like, you know, I'm saying nice things. I do think getting caught in dating or trying to, you know, like couple tattoos and things like that, in my opinion, that I do think is like slightly on the unprofessional side. What I mean is, I think you could date, like, you know, human, you should be able to. I don't think you have to be like Jin. Apparently Jin has a philosophy where he thinks he shouldn't date because of fans. I don't think, see, we don't expect that level of standard. That's like way high. But I think you should make an active effort to not get caught. That's just my personal opinion. I'm not saying like it's like required, but that's just more like for your fans, you know, like for fans' feelings. So in my opinion, the part that I can't really agree on is like the couple tattoo, because like, okay, like no, that's the choice. Like, you're sure it's his choice. And here's the thing, that's why he tried to hide it. Do you know what I mean? Like, you know how he was making active effort to hide that tattoo instead of like flexing it? So I feel like, okay, like I get it. Like, he wanted to get it, but he still just tried to hide it. Okay. In my opinion, it's just like, like among all the tattoos, like I'm already like not so like pro tattoo, so like you didn't have to like get that one. But at the same time, it's like he wanted it, so, you know, go ahead. Yeah. At least it's not like the name written down. You guys know what I'm talking about? Like, you know, it's just a puppy. It's not like there's a whole full first and last name. So, but anyway, overall, I think people are being way too harsh on him. I think, if anything, you know how they're preparing a big comeback? They're more pressured than anyone else. They're basically, you know how Olympic athlete, we just had the Winter Olympics, and these athletes are like super pressured whenever they're performing. So, in my opinion, right now, BTS probably feels like Olympic athlete before going on to Olympics. So for those people, I personally feel that you should understand like how pressured they are. Like, so, yo, I'll be crashing out too if I'm BTS and I'm making comeback after how many years? Guys, I crash out because my internet Wi-Fi was slow than yesterday. Homies would know. You guys know, like, I literally crash out over every single thing, and then I go live randomly at like 3 a.m. on like TikTok or something, and then I'll be like, guys, I'm just crashing out, you know, I'm just and then once in a while I go on Discord and then I write like a long essay, or like on my Instagram, you know, broadcast channel, I'm like, guys, I've been thinking lately, blah blah blah. Here's the thing, like, why like people don't allow idols to crash out when in reality people writing those comments, they crash out like daily. They crash out every day, but I think ultimately the issue is, okay, sorry. I know I'm talking like I'm yapping so much, but I really want to yap about this. You know what comment I really dislike? You know what the top comment was in the video that talked about Jungkook's live? Was that like, getting paid all that money, ... Okay, like, first of all, why is his richness have to like justify your moral code, like your ethics? Like, why does someone being rich require a different standard from your standard? Like, I would understand if it's like a political figure, because you know how it's like a representation and things like that. But like, what does him being rich? And then you might be like, oh, it's because the fans earned that money for him. And here's the thing. Here's the thing is like, okay, like a lot of the times, the people who are leaving negative comments are the people who don't even spend a single dollar. They'd be like, oh, fans spent money. I swear, you track them down, they probably haven't spent a single dollar on BTS. And I hate the fact that these people talking as if they know something and they care something when they haven't even spent a dollar. Just, sorry. Just being, just being honest. And then you might be like, okay, it's not just money, it's like love and care. Sure. But like what? If he's poor, then he doesn't have to? Like, I don't like the fact that like you think just because someone is rich, they have to be like, oh, you're rich. You know, these kind of hate, you should, you know, accept it because you're rich, because you're famous. These kind of things are something that you have to condone. In some manner, maybe that is true. Maybe if you're so famous, maybe if you're so rich, you do have to go through some of these pain. But that doesn't justify you for writing those hate comments. You know what I mean? Like, how does that justify your behavior? You know? Them having to deal with haters is their life that they have to deal with. Why are you adding on top of that and being like additional hater? Like, stop making their life worse. Sorry. It's just that I just felt like there were so many unreasonable comments. And here's the thing. Most importantly, why is people acting like he did something? Do you guys know what I'm talking about? Like, why is people acting like he did some kind of criminal behavior? He was just on live, you know, talking and like you know, did he rob someone? You know, did he punch someone? Did he do something illegal? And people acting like he's some kind of a big criminal. You know what I mean? This is when it comes in where like, I don't like how sometimes people let these rappers slide away with a bunch of these criminal records. I'm not calling out rappers, like, I'm just saying like in general. There's like celebrities who slide away with several criminal records. And then on the other side, some of these idols, you apply like Jesus level standard. Like, oh, you should be able to walk on water. You need to walk on water while like spreading the 3 breads and 5 fishes to all the armies around the world. Sorry, I'm going a little crazy, but like, I just, and they keep showing up on my feed. I just feel like some of the comment sections nowadays are unreasonable. And I'm very happy, like, you know, while I'm talking, I feel like a lot of the homies here kind of agree with me. We don't always have to agree, but I'm kind of glad that people who are watching my stream, I feel like, isn't there like a reasonable line? Like, even if you're upset, you should be able to like reasonably talk about it. Like, I swear, like there's so many people who aren't like reasonably or mannerly talking about things. Yeah. So I'm very glad. I'm very glad you guys are normal human. I mean, you swear at us? Exactly. Like, I call homies all kind of cuss words. Imagine, guys, if I was BTS, I don't even want to imagine. Just imagine, guys. Just imagine, like, the things that are gonna be on those dispatch newses. If I was BTS, I'll be canceled immediately. Like, immediately. Okay, another thing. Another thing, along going back to the dating allegation, with the hiding and stuff like that, you know what I feel like? I feel like these idols, they desperately hide, but then people dig up like every inch of their life and the paparazzi takes pictures. And then once the paparazzi find every little single dust on their doorstep, then people are like, he didn't even try to hide it, you know. Okay, the couple tattoo, I don't know about that. But like other things, like you find like the tiniest detail and then you act like, oh, they were so public about it. You're acting like as if Chongu made an Instagram and started posting like, you know, never mind, let me not. Yeah. You found a hidden clue, then you can't say it was a public fact. I don't know, maybe people are just, I don't know. Yeah. Don't worry, yo, we won't ever accuse you of dating allegation. That would be ridiculous. Please accuse me. Please accuse me. You know, I've actually gotten an accusation recently. You guys know I'm not even anyone famous. You know, I get DMs. You might think this is crazy, but I've gotten DMs saying like, oh, Hyo-sang, are you dating this girl? And I'm like, is this real? And here's the thing, it's not even like a cute asking. The stuff I've gotten, you know what kind of stuff I've gotten? They're like, you posted this and then you wear this clothes on this day and then you're following this one on the Instagram, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, okay. I wish, as in like, I'm not wishing I date that person. That's not what I'm wishing for. I wish I had a romantic life going on. You know, I'm not even lying to you guys. You know what dream I had? I had a dream where I asked out a girl and they said yes. And then when I woke up, I realized obviously I'm single. And then I was trying to recall the girl's face. I was trying to recall. Can I be honest? My type is like various type. I like American girls and Korean girls, but maybe because I'm heading to Korea. Like in the dream, it was a Korean girl, but I'm like trying to remember the face, but I can't remember the face. Sorry. Like I'm about to head to Korea. My romantic dream is just like riding inside my head. But yeah. It would be funny. Wouldn't it be funny if one day we come back to this video talking about my dating allegation? Anyway. But yeah, so I just wish I think people, I don't know, maybe like real Jungkook fans might feel different. But this is just my personal opinion. You don't have to like agree on everything I say. Sometimes I also talk without knowing the full story. Maybe there's a full story I don't know about. Yeah, but that was just my brief opinion about the Jungkook situation.